Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying with your Misiura. Today we're going to tie a Sulpher Gnat. The hook that I have in the vise is a Maruto. This is a D04 size 16. This is a barbless dry fly hook, and this comes from frostyflies.com. I'm going to use some cream thread, and this is 8/0. We're going to start that thread right behind the eye, and we're going to come back just a short distance, 1/4 of the hook. We're going to start out by putting our hackle on in the front, and I'm going to use a cream hackle. You can use a Std Dry hackle, and I gave it the haircut. I'm going to line up the haircut with the eye of the hook, and we're going to tie this in, and we're going to leave a couple of those crew cut exposed, and we're going to tie this down and bring it right to the rear. Now we're going to go ahead and put a tail on this, and for the tail I'm going to use the Std Dry. That's pretty close to that cream right there, like I said. Going to take some nice long stiff fibers. This is another fly that will be good during the sulfur hatch, which is going on right now. And we're going to make that tail about the length of the hook shank. I'm going to trim off that excess before I put it on. And we're going to go ahead and tie that down. It's a saddle hackle, so it's kind of wrapping around my bobbin there a little bit. I'm going to bring that back to the rear. I'm going to get a wrap underneath the tail. Now I'm going to go ahead and make a dubbing loop. And we're going to wrap it around the thread, and then bring that thread right back to the rear once again. I'm going to trim one side of the dubbing loop, and this is going to be our rib, or that's going to serve to tie the hackle in. Now I'm going to take a small amount of sulfur orange, make a nice skinny little noodle. And we're going to go ahead and wrap this forward. I might have to put a little bit more on there. Going to bring my thread in front of the hackle. Now I'm going to take my hackle and I'm going to wrap a couple of wraps right there at the front. I want to make 3 or 4 tight wraps right there at the front. Then we're going to palmer it to the rear. Just 3 or 4 wraps to get you to the rear is all you're going to need. We take our rib, and we're going to wrap that forward. Just palmer that up. And bring that right up front and tie that off. Gonna hold everything back and wrap ahead. Go ahead and trim away the excess rib and trim off the excess hackle. I'm going to use a half hitch on this one. Just give it a 2 or 3 double half hitches. And we have ourselves a very nice sulfur emerger. Put a little bit of head cement on there. Put that hackle through the eye of the hook. And make sure there's no glue in there. And here we have a Sulpher Gnat. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Please visit my sponsor. Leave comments, questions, suggestions, and most of all, I thank you very much for watching my videos.